This is going to affect who controls wealth, who makes the decisions about wealth, and their legacies going forward. So think about it this way. This is not just a movement of capital between people. It's a transfer of influence and responsibility and decision-making power. So by 2030, it's estimated that $50 trillion will be controlled by women. So I'm going to pause for a second and let that sink in. But $50 trillion will be controlled by women by the year 2030. That's a lot of money. So women are gaining wealth in three primary ways. Now, there are many ways, but we're just going to talk about three primary ways today. And those are creating wealth themselves, through direct inheritance, and through spousal transfer. So, taken together, these pathways really present a profound reshaping about how wealth is controlled and how it will be stewarded going forward. So, women approach wealth differently. In the past, the financial industry framed it as our differences were deficiencies. Okay. And I don't believe that's true. We don't approach wealth less effectively. It's just that we approach wealth holistically, which is different. Women tend to prioritize long-term success over short-term wins. That's different. We ask deeper questions about purpose and impact. And we think in terms of interconnected outcomes, how our wealth impacts family, community, and legacy altogether. Women seek collaboration and expert counsel. And we value risk awareness along with opportunity. So in today's economic environment, that mindset, I wouldn't say it's cautious, I would say it's strategic. So the financial services industry, I believe, as a result of all of this, really needs to change. And the old transactional models need to go away and instead focus on the priorities that women have set forward. So things like alignment, communication, and transparency. Things like partnership and performance. And things like the integration of life, legacy, and money. So the great wealth transfer is not just an economic moment, it's a cultural one. In fact, this is the most exciting time in history for women gaining both power and direction in relation to money. So let's embrace what comes next. So we're faced with a choice, and choice can be really exciting, but it can also create this natural desire to understand the entire landscape when it comes to wealth. Like, what does it mean for me? Or what possibilities come next? What possibilities exist? And then with those possibilities, what responsibilities come with those things? So at the heart of the shift in this opportunity, we need to be grounded in our purpose. And the essential question, I believe, of this masterclass really is, what's the purpose of your money? So as we all know that money without purpose is just accumulation, right? I'm not saying accumulation is bad, but what I'm saying is that when wealth has purpose, it becomes a tool. And it's a tool for impact. It's a tool for security. It's a tool for freedom. And it's a tool for legacy. So those things are important. So sometimes with opportunity comes maybe a little bit of discomfort. So for many women, wealth has been a place where we haven't been encouraged. We haven't been encouraged to take up space or have authority. So stepping into a moment like this can feel sometimes maybe a little bit unfamiliar, but really undeniably compelling. So the way that we approach wealth, I believe, is our strategic advantage. Is we think holistically. We think for the long term. We consider wealth as a tool for impact and for financial freedom and for security. So I have a quote for you from someone that I truly admire, Dr. Dorothy Martin Neville. I had to include this in this presentation today because in a recent meeting, she said this quote, "Humility is truth." So let's let that land for a second. Humility is truth. And this stuck with me for the rest of the day after our meeting. And our meetings are at 8 o'clock in the morning. So this stuck with me through the entire day. So if you think about what she's saying, she is a person who I truly admire. She's had a lot of experiences in life, and she's truly a woman of wisdom. But I believe that truth requires courage. And for generations, women have been taught that humility means self-denial, right? We need to stand back. We shouldn't boast. We shouldn't stand out. We need to not really name our strengths too boldly. It's really, humility is none of those things. Humility is being honest about who we are. It's being honest about the lives that we've lived and the wisdom that we carry along with us. So what's changing now is it's not women's capacity to achieve at all. It's women's recognition of their power. So give yourself permission to step into the great unknown with the expectation that you're going to be seen and you're going to be heard and you're going to be known. You're not just merely an observer in this process. You are at the very center of your wealth creation, stewardship, and legacy. So let's talk about directing your course. Leadership isn't new to any of you. We're in leadership global together. Many of you lead in your businesses. You lead in your corporate careers. You lead in your families. And you lead in your communities. The same skills that made you successful and effective in all those roles are the same skills that you can apply to your wealth. So directing your own course means embracing 3 key roles. Leadership is one. So claiming your authority over your financial life is key. Asking questions is important. Setting your direction and defining success on your own terms. Now, we all know that success means different things to different people. So you need to define your success on your own terms. Stewardship is a big one. Establishing strong governance and thoughtful planning is key. Understand how your resources are managed, how are they protected, and aligned with your beliefs and with your priorities. And last but not least is legacy. So think beyond today. Think about succession. Think about protection. Think about the impact your wealth will have on your generation, the next generation, and beyond that. Because we've all heard the saying, a plan without succession is not a plan, right? So I believe the most effective approach in all of this is really to begin at the end and work backwards. So clarify what it is you want to create for your legacy, and then work backwards into stewardship and then leadership to support that vision. So I've put together 3 key factors for success because I believe that navigating the great wealth transfer successfully is not about having all the answers today. It's really about clarity and being prepared and intentional. So this moment demands something of us, and it's not permission, it's presence. So this is where humility with truth matters most, right? So to succeed, you need to be ready to make critical decisions with confidence and clarity. So things like I see risks that other people may overlook. Things like when I believe clarity is currency. So that drives confident decisions. When you have clarity, decisions get easier, fear lessens, and confidence grows. Setting intentional plans is key to being successful. I think generationally, not transactionally. Base a customized approach on you because your money is about you. Your wealth is about you. It's not somebody else. So customize your plans for you. Wealth alone doesn't create security, but planning does. So make sure that you have intentional plans so that your legacy can have impact beyond you. And the last, I think, is not least, but clarifying your values and using those values as a compass for all of your financial choices. So be purposeful with your money. You care about impact as much as the outcome, right? As performance outcome. You understand that money's never just money, that money carries emotion with it, money carries legacy with it, and great responsibility. And have a clear understanding of what really matters to you. Be very clear on all those things. So I believe that these 3 key factors for success really emphasize agency and engagement. You'll be able to lead. You'll direct your own course, and you'll step into it with the legacy that you leave behind that you can be proud of. So let's talk about activating your path to success. So the great wealth transfer will create leaders who use their agency to make thoughtful decisions with clarity, with alignment, and with intention. So position yourself uniquely to lead by asking a different set of questions of yourself. So not just how much will this make, but who does it serve? What does this sustain? Will I direct my wealth through partnership rather than transaction? Or what does this say about the legacy that I'm creating? What does this say about me? So this is where, as women, we use our strategic advantage of how we approach wealth. We previously discussed how we view wealth in a more holistic manner. And in the complex world that we live in today, I believe that's a very important asset. It's a strategic advantage. So our differences are not deficiencies. Let me say that one more time. I can't talk. Our differences are not deficiencies. They're advantages. So this moment of the great wealth transfer is really, it's not about proving that we belong at the table, because guess what? It's really about us recognizing that we've been building the table all along. So humility calls us to tell the truth about our value. And the truth is this: the future of wealth is not being just passed down, it's being reshaped. Women are at the very center of this transformation. So this is our moment to lead, and I want everybody to be a leader in this. It's a defining moment, not because of the scale of the wealth that's moving through our hands, but because of the clarity and intention and consciousness we bring to it. It's about making ongoing leadership decisions. And the leaders of this moment will be those who will act with confidence, those who will think generationally and instead of transactionally, and those who make decisions aligned with their clarity, with clarity and alignment. So when you lead with your values as your compass, and when your money is purposeful and aligned and customized to who you are, it becomes more than just capital. It becomes influence. So it becomes stewardship, and it becomes legacy. So keep in mind, money's never just money. Money carries meaning, money carries emotion, and money carries great responsibility. When you claim your agency over it, you won't only direct your financial future, but you'll shape what wealth makes possible for generations beyond you. You won't just transfer assets, you'll transfer confidence, you'll transfer competence and clarity. So that's the true work of where we are today. Wealth can be inherited, but wisdom has to be built. So for women stepping into this moment, it's not just an opportunity, but it's a responsibility, and we have a strategic advantage. So the framework is in your hands, and now you need to take it to lead.